It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. Hey. What's up, y'all? This is Brittany from She Abundantly at sheabundantly.com. It's a new day. Jesus is in the setting people free business, might I say. If you didn't know that, you need to know, and go ahead and go to him, because he'll set you free. I promise you, he will. He will. So you ever seen a girl, somebody in a relationship, or talking to somebody, and you just wonder, like, now how the heck did that happen? Like, how did they get together? Come on now, I know you've seen a relationship, probably your best friend, maybe even you. If you step outside of your own situation, have you ever looked at yourself or looked at who you've been in a relationship with? Like how in the world did this happen? Ever seen a girl who got her head on straight, but then she get hooked up with some low life? I mean, keep it real. Some dude who's living a low life, like, what happened? A lot of times it's the same story for every girl, whether young or old. Just evaluating and examining my own life, and when I talk to other women, other young women, we all got the same story. A lot of times you get in this place of you feeling real lonely, and you want male attention, you want male company, so you just settle for whatever comes your way. And it's always that weak moment when the enemy sends somebody your way. No matter what he looked like, what he got. But because you want something right then and there, you'll settle for it. It happens all the time. And this is why it's so important for us women to know our worth and to wise up. Like, seriously, this year is the year of the wise woman. I'm declaring it for myself, and I'm declaring it for women all around me. This is the year of the wise woman. We got to use wisdom, so we won't put ourselves in another situation to where our hearts would be broken into pieces yet again, and we'll be right back at square one. It's not fun. That's not where God has his beautiful queens to be. He does not, he has a purpose for us, and we can't continue to go on through life continuously asking God to be healed from a broken heart. At some part, our hearts have to be healed and stay healed. You know what I'm saying? And we have to use wisdom, so when that right one does come, or if he comes, I don't know what God may have for you. He may have you to be married one day. He may have you to be single. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, we have to use wisdom. This is the third part of a little series I've been doing. I didn't know it was going to be 3 parts, but if you have not checked it out, the first video was called I Kept Having Dreams About This Man. OMG. If you haven't checked that out, please go see it. What's in a dream? Okay, let me tell you, God is speaking to his people. Are you listening? And then the second video, I haven't named it yet. By the time you see this video, it will have a name. I'm thinking about maybe, I don't know, the struggle is real, because that's really what the video was talking about. The struggle is real as a single young woman. So as I was telling you guys about me having dreams about this man, and how God took almost 2 years to prepare me for an encounter with this man. Then in the second video, I was talking about how the struggle was real, and how even though I knew right from wrong, I knew my spirit man knew what was right, but yet my flesh wanted it because I was feeling weak, and you know, just wanting male companionship. And also what I didn't realize at that time was I was dealing with daddy issues. How many of us got daddy issues? God bless our fathers all around. Don't hold them hostage. A lot of them, they can only give what they have, and a lot of them don't know, or they don't have that fatherly love to give. So they never gave it. God bless them. I thank Jesus for filling voids. I thank Jesus for planting real men in our lives, whether it be a pastor, whether it be a big brother, whether whoever it may be, a man that is going to give us fatherly love and guidance and wisdom. Thank God for them, okay? So just in continuation of the whole entire ordeal, the whole story, what was so bad was the spirit on this person. Like I said in my previous video, God was preparing me for this encounter for a long time, and he was already warning me of just how powerful the spirit on this man was, this lustful spirit. So after he tried to approach me, the pull was real, y'all. The pull was so real. Like I said before, I've never ever fought so hard in my life, or I've never been in an encounter like this before. The pull was so real, to the point to where, y'all, I tried to touch. The first video when I was talking about victory, oh my goodness, what a victorious moment. But after that, I tasted. I wanted to see what was I missing. So I wanted to have like a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But what I realized is that even in having a conversation, when God says no, and he says do not touch, do not taste, he means it. Because even in just having a small conversation, it was huge. It wasn't small like I thought it was. It was huge because I allowed that spirit into my spirit through my ears, and it got into my heart, and it opened me up to where I wanted more. Ever since then, it opened up my heart. I was desiring affection. The young woman desires. You desire to be loved, you desire that companionship, but it was on a deeper level. And really God was just showing me the depths of my heart. There's some things down deep inside that I have yet to uncover, I didn't know anything about. And I know he used this opportunity to show me, to show me my own heart. Like, y'all, I had no peace. The pull was so strong, y'all, that I couldn't even think straight. From sun up to sun down, the spirit on this man was tugging on me and pulling on me to where he would not leave my thoughts, y'all. I had to constantly fight mentally to get this person out of my thoughts. It was horrible. I had no peace. I couldn't pray. I couldn't even pray for other people, let alone for myself. I'm crying out for myself. Help me, Jesus. I couldn't really read the word. It was like I was just waking up and saying, here's another day that I'm about to probably lose this battle mentally, y'all. This is how the battle was. You know, the tug of war rope. So I'm holding one end of the rope and the enemy is holding the other end. And literally all day long, I'm tugging on and saying, no, this ain't right. I know what God says. And the spirit on the other side is tugging back at me. Can you imagine, like, waking up, eating breakfast, going to work, just doing all different kind of stuff, literally holding on to a rope and tugging for your life? Like, that's how it was. And if you have never experienced something like that, to where, like, it could have been any type of addiction, drugs, sex, food, you know, I don't know. If you never experienced that pull before, then you won't understand what I'm saying. But for those who do, it is a struggle. It is a pull like no other. And you will try to do anything just to satisfy, just to relieve yourself of the pull. Like, I was getting so tired of pulling and resisting that I even started to contemplate or to plot to relieve that pull. Like, well, maybe if I text him, maybe I'll feel better. So maybe I could feed this desire just a little bit so it could just leave me alone. Those were the things that I was starting to think about, starting to plot, because the pull was so strong. So this happened literally 36 days. 36 days long, this pull, this tug of war was on me. And girls, young ladies, women, the struggle is real. The pull is real. If you're in a situation right now, and you're feeling like, I'm so lonely, I'm so weak, I'm this, I'm that, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it. He inboxing me, he texting me, I'm just gonna see what he's talking about. I'm just gonna go to his house because I'm lonely, I'm weak, I want somebody to hug me. Fight. Do not give in. Do not give in. I spent a lot of those days crying to God, like, help me, because I know I made the pull even stronger when I had a conversation with that person, when I opened up that door, when I tried to taste a little bit. That was my own doing, and that's why God was warning me, don't touch, don't taste, don't do any of that, because the spirit on that man, you have never encountered the spirit on that man ever in your life. And if you do try to taste or touch, you're going to experience exactly what that spirit is. And it was real. That spirit is on many men out here, and it's knocking young women down left and right. But I'm telling you right now, you have to get into a mental state to where you know who you are, you know your purpose. You are royalty. God did not create you to be put on this earth just to be some man's enjoyment or some man's play toy, or just to be in a relationship, okay? Loneliness is not the absence of a relationship, but it's the absence of purpose. It's time that we find out what our purpose is. What did God call us to this earth to do? Because when you are entangled, or when you are so busy with living out your God-given purpose, you have no time to even think about you being single. Because real talk, being single is not a curse. It's not something to run away from. It's a calling. It is a blessing. It is a season of your life that you are supposed to take full advantage of. There are some things that you can accomplish while single, while you probably won't be able to accomplish while married, because you will have distractions. You have kids. You have a husband. You have a house to attend to. You have so many different things. So while you are single now, ask God, what are you to be doing? Are you supposed to be traveling the world? Are you supposed to be singing, writing, writing a book, doing all different kind of things to build the kingdom, to give him glory? There's so many young boys, so many young girls that need to be chased after. So instead of us chasing men, chasing these relationships, why not chase these young people? Why not show them right from wrong? Because they've fallen. Have you seen a generation nowadays? They need some examples. They need some leadership. Why not you? I know God is calling you. Have you answered the call? So back to the story. It got so bad to the point to where I woke up one day and I was just crying. Like, I was crying as if my mama died, because that's how bad it was. And I'm saying, God, Like, I'm tired of going with the back and forth. Even in this whole situation, I realized how easy it is just to walk away from God. How easy it is to make one decision and say, nope, I ain't gonna live for you today, God. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because the pull is so strong. Like, y'all, when I tell you my mind, I was contemplating even just shutting everything down. Because if I would have went that way, my ministry, everything within me would have been null and void. It would have been of no effect. I would no longer have been a true, effective witness to anybody. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I say God is so good and he's so faithful. He's so faithful because he will make you succeed for his name's sake. If it was up to me, I wouldn't succeed in anything. I would have fallen left and right. I would have never overcome any temptation. But for his name's sake, he has caused me to rise above temptations. He has caused me to say no to the enemy. And I'm telling you, he will do that for you if you just give him all of your frustrations, your insecurities, your desires right now, wanting a man and wanting to be in a relationship that you're not supposed to be in. Give that to him right here and right now. So that day when I woke up, I told him, I said, God, I've never done this before, but I gave God an ultimatum. I said, God, like, I'm even about to go back to that moment because it was so real. Like, God, if you don't help me right now, I'm going to do something bad and I'm going to ruin this whole thing. Like, I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to give in to this temptation because the pull is too strong for me. I cannot fight this. I could not fight this. And God knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew how long I was to be in that, because I honestly feel another day I would have tried to go toward the pull, or I would have went back to my past and called somebody, or even doing something like that, because it has got that bad to where I had no more fight. That morning I cried out to God. During my lunch break at work, I went to my car and I just cried out to him again. Like, I couldn't retain my tears. And let me tell y'all, that night he orchestrated stuff so darn well. Locked my keys in the car. Had to have someone take me to my house, pick my keys up, and take me back to my job. And he did it all on purpose, because that person who did that, I needed to talk to them. The person knows that person. And basically what this person said was, I'm so glad you shut it down. I'm so glad you said no, because let me tell you, this man is this, that. He hit her. He been knocking girls down for years. 4 years. That co-worker, what? And mind you guys, God already spoke to me about this man, and that all this man wanted was sex from me. All this man was desiring was lust. That's it. I already knew my spirit game was on point, but the pull from that person and the mental game that the enemy was trying to play on me had a hold on me, and it had my mind thinking, well, I just want some affection. I still, but, or I just want to be cool. Can we at least be cool with each other? Like, it still wanted an open door. And that goes to show you that you ain't crazy, okay? You can very well know right from wrong and still desire wrong. That is the nature of this sinful flesh. And that's why it's so important to build your spiritual man up so it can overpower your flesh. So through that whole conversation of this other person telling me all of this, y'all, instantly the pull from this man was released from me. Ever since then, I've been thanking God and just praising him. Thank you. Because God knew what I needed. He knew I just needed some extra helping in this situation to help me be free from the pull, from the tug, from desiring evil, from desiring, affection from this one particular man. And in real talk, it wasn't even a man. It was a spirit on the man. It could have been any other man. But he knew I needed to be released, and I believe he allowed that to happen. How it happened, because if it was another day later, I just don't know. I don't know if I would have been able to hold on. But praise be to Jesus, our Lord and Savior. He's so faithful, y'all. Let me tell you, he is in this setting people free business. He will set you free, completely free. The pull is no longer there. I can finally think straight. I can finally take in word. I can finally pray for other people. And now I can actually pray for that man. The spirit that's on him, I've been praying for that man ever since that spirit has been released from me. Because he need help. This man been scoping girls out, been knocking girls down for years. He need help because his soul is important. And he gonna have to stand before God one day. And I pray to God that his soul is right before he lays down in that grave or before Jesus come back. But my heart goes out to every young girl who has fallen victim to traps like that. Just the spirit of seduction and thinking that a man is your everything, or that, these older men is gonna be your daddy, or that, no, they're not. If an older man is trying to talk to a young woman, 99.9% of the time it's because he just wants sex. What in the world does an old man want from a young woman? Especially if he got kids her age, y'all. We gotta wise up. He don't want nothing but booty. He don't want nothing but sex from you. And guess what? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. He's getting it from other young women, other gullible young girls all around. Ain't no telling how many different kinds of AIDS that man may have. Ain't no telling how many STDs, whatever that man about to give you. Run, 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 fight, run, fight, run, fight. I'll tell you some of the things that I did besides crying out to God literally for my life. I counteracted that tug from that man, that negative tug, with a positive one. I ran to men who were father figures to me. For example, I went to my brother crying, saying, just give me a hug right now, because I needed male attention that was totally opposite from that negative male attention. I needed brotherly love. I needed fatherly love, and I needed that. And if you don't have that, I encourage you, young woman, you're going to have to open up to people that you trust, that has wisdom. You're going to have to open up to them and tell them your struggle. Tell them what you're tempted to do. Because this is what's going to help you and save you. If you talk these things out and let people know they can help you, they can pray with you. I encourage you to go to a male figure, whether it be your father, whether it be a big brother, a pastor, I don't know, a real man, not no fool, not no dude that low-key like you or anything like that. Nobody your age. No, I'm talking about fatherly wisdom. Go to them and tell them. Ask them to pray for you, to show you the love of a father. If you got to become a little girl in their arms, do that, because it's necessary. It's necessary. God knows what we need, and He'll establish those healthy relationships of fatherly men in your life to help you, to nourish you, to speak this wisdom to you, speak true game to you, to expose these games to you. This is like the third installment, the third part of this whole thing that I've been talking about. But y'all, I had to share this with y'all because I just know so many women are going through the same thing, falling victim into these traps with these men, all because that you want affection, or you want attention, or you tired of being single, or you tired of living for God. Let me tell you, what you are reaching for is greater than what you are leaving behind. Don't ever for a second think that God don't see your fight and that He's not going to bless or reward you for that. Absolutely He will. One thing that was keeping me was, God, I gotta be a witness. I gotta be a witness. Me telling that man no was a witness to him. Me saying no to that man, I know for a fact it planted seeds in him. I know it opened up his eyes, like, wow, there is women out here who ain't just out here like that. They ain't just out here sleeping with everybody. But wow, there is some women who really live for God and really live it instead of just saying it. I was a witness to him. Be a witness to this man and tell him no. Give them hope that there are some true women of God out there, and I pray to God it encourages them to be true men of God. But don't be like the other women. Don't fall victim. Don't fall prey. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Please go to sheabundantly.com. I have truth, fashion, music, and all around good stuff. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you will find She Abundantly. Y'all stay encouraged, because Jesus says people free. Jesus says people free.